Welcome in. Today I'm going to be sharing this cleaning video, which honestly might be one of my favorite ones I've done before. Not because it was easy, but it was actually quite deceptively difficult to take out, but just the story and the benefits that the patient got after I did the ear cleaning. So let me give a background of how she came in. She's been telling me that she's had 5 days of immense ear pain from her left ear. And she told me that she has wax in her ears. And for me, that's a little bit curious because earwax normally doesn't cause too much pain. She's telling me that she went to her primary care and they attempted cleaning out her ears with a Q-tip as well as irrigation. And the thing about irrigation or using water to flush out an ear is for most people that's fine. But as an otologist, so I am an ear specialist in ENT. I do surgeries like cochlear implants and other hearing and chronic ear cases. I kind of see what happens when irrigations are not okay, as in if someone has a hole in their eardrum or if whoever's performing the irrigation does it incorrectly, you can have a lot of damage happen to their ear. So when she told me that she had her ears irrigated, in my mind, I was thinking, oh, maybe that's why she's having a lot of ear pain. Maybe they damaged something inside that they didn't know. Anyways, they were unsuccessful, and she's been spending the last several days trying to call into ENT offices in the Seattle area. So I'm based in Washington, and everyone's telling her that they're booked out a few months. And fortunately, she called my office, and I had basically same day availability. So she came in. She was my office staff came in and asked me like, "Hey, Dr. Lee, there's a patient that has something inside her ear, and is it okay if we add her on to the end of the day?" So I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, for me, I'm going to be there writing notes for an extra hour after clinic anyway, so I'm happy to see anyone that comes in. And she's telling me her story. I take a look inside her ears, and immediately I am just blown away. I'm like, wait, what is this? And she was like, it's wax. And I see this big white ball looking at me, and I'm just thinking like, wait, what are you talking about? This looks like cholesteatoma, which is a really invasive skin cyst that happens inside the ear. And she's like, no, this is wax. Literally wax. I use wax earplugs. And she's laughing, and I'm also laughing because I was like, oh my gosh. And I facepalm myself because I was like, you're talking about wax that people use. So there's this kind of silly putty-esque wax that people can put inside their ears when they go swimming, and it molds to the ear canal. And she says that she's been using this for several years, and she put a ball that was too small inside her ears, and now it is completely stuck in her ear canal. So once I figured that out, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, let's take this out. And that's what this video is about. So as you can see, I have gone through actually many different instruments at this point. It started off with a right angle at the very beginning, thinking that I was like, okay, I'll just kind of like poke into it and pull it out. This is what I wanted to do right at the beginning, and you'll see me out like it just is soft enough that I can kind of poke it through. And oh my god, this part was so satisfying for me to do. And I'm just gently pulling it because the wax is so tricky in that if I pull too hard, then it would break and it wouldn't pull out. But this is the first time I get really good mobility of this piece of wax, and I see that it's getting stretched thin, so I kind of re-grab it, and I'm trying to pull it out. And my nurse is watching in silence, and it just tears right there. I got so disappointed. I was like, The reason why this case was so difficult is that she was in such pain, and immediately when someone tells me that they're in pain, I am very suspicious that whatever is inside their ear is impacted, meaning that it's pressed against the eardrum itself. And for this patient, she was in so much misery that I couldn't do any of those instruments that you saw me bring at the beginning. I used a suction, I used a right angle, and this is the first time I'm using this curette to finally get around, just because I was able to just by millimeters start taking out when I did that pull at the right angle. And finally, as I just by millimeters rotate it out, there we go. And then there's the pull. And yes, this was honestly one of my most favorite pulls I've done. But yeah, big piece of wax. Stay tuned at the end. I do have a video of what wax I pulled out was, but she had immediate relief from the pain as well as her hearing. This piece of wax was so impacted onto her eardrum that she basically had a full conductive loss, meaning that the eardrum wasn't able to move at all. And she actually started tearing up and crying once I got it out, because she was just so happy from that. And for me, as a provider, like, that's one of my favorite feelings, that I can provide some immediate benefits for this patient. And you can see here her eardrum is completely intact, and that's really fortunate for me. A little bit red from all the irritation that was going on, but yeah, I mean, this deceivingly took me about 10 minutes from end to end, just because it was so impacted inside the ears. But yeah, she was very happy with it, and I'm happy to share it with you guys. If you like this video, leave a comment about where you're from, like and subscribe. I'm just starting off, so all of these little bits of support kind of encourages me to make some more and start teaching about ENT. Thanks, bye.